Hey, it's good to see you. Hello and welcome to this tarot reading. We will be doing a timeless tarot reading today, soft spoken. Here are the 3 piles, 1, 2, and 3 that you can choose from. So I just invite you to take a deep breath in and out and soften your gaze, broaden your view. Try to feel if any of these piles feels heavy to you, if you're hearing the number 1, 2, or 3, or if you prefer, if you're called to one of these 3 crystals. We have citrine for pile 1 and strawberry quartz for pile 2. And for pile 3, we have a little malachite. So you can decide based on the stone, the color, the number, the placement, whatever you like. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I will leave timestamps below so you can jump ahead to whatever reading you would like, and I will see you there. Okay. Hey, group 1. Hello, and welcome to your reading. You chose the first pile with this little bit of citrine. So I'm just going to place that here for now. We are going to begin with your current situation. These cards down here. We have the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Wands, and the 4 of Cups. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting is that you're very tired. We have the 9 of Swords, card of staying up at night, caught up in your thoughts, of despair, sometimes of anxiety, but certainly getting caught up in your thoughts, worries. 9 of Wands. It's also a card that for me speaks to exhaustion. This is a card that comes up when you've come a really long way. You're almost at the end. You can see the sun getting ready to rise here or set, but you're almost at the end of your journey, and you are a little battle worn, a little worn from your journey. This also means that you have wisdom that you've collected over the course of your journey, and you're you are so close to the end of it, and you should be proud of how far you've come, but also naturally, having come so far, you're very tired and you're very resilient. And then we have the 4 of Cups, so a card of contemplation, sometimes disillusionment, dissatisfaction, or disenchantment. We have 3 cups here in our possession, and a 4th cup is being offered to us, but we are, for whatever reason, hesitant to take it. We either don't want it, it's not for us, we don't think, or we are so disconnected that we're distracted from the good that is being offered to us. So there's definitely a disconnection here. I think with these cards taken all together, I'm getting that your current situation is one in which you are tired and you're at some kind of a crossroads. It's a crossroads towards the end of your journey in a good way. You're closer to the end than you are to the beginning. You're almost there. And you're at this crossroads only because you are, in fact, so tired. You are rethinking everything. And some of that consideration, that contemplation, rethinking, it might just be a matter of the veil of exhaustion kind of over your eyes, where you're like, wait, is this what I really want? How much further do I have to go? Is everything going to be okay? I better think about it to, like, it's a lie, but we tell ourselves by thinking about it, we can solve it, we can fix it, we can make it right. And that's a symptom of your exhaustion. It's something that is certainly surmountable. These are all minor arcana, and I believe you have the tools to get through it, to pass through it. We're going to look at tools up here in a second. But in the meantime, it really is I feel like it's affecting many areas of your life. Maybe your whole life. Your thoughts are in a tangle. Your spirit, your energy, your life force is a little sapped right now, and your heart is really disengaged. But these are all solvable little discomforts, they're all solvable. So looking now at tools you can rely on, tools that are tried and true, they're tested, you are very capable of wielding them. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. It's beautiful. So Three of Pentacles is a card of collaboration, of community. Queen of Wands, she's authentic, she's magnetic, spirited. People are drawn to her. I want to say here, a tool that you can definitely rely on is looking to others for help, looking to specifically your community for help. Those that you trust, those also who have been here before you. I'm not sure, let's say this is a relationship, then you might look to people who have a relationship that you would like to emulate or model here. Let's say this is a creative project, then looking to those who have been there before you. So a mentor or a working artist, a working business person. I feel like you already know who these people are, and you're being encouraged to reach out to them again. There may also be a particular person. Here we have community, and maybe this is a particular person who is definitely a mentor, or someone you would hope would be your mentor. Someone with magnetic energy. It could also be your past self. Like when you were still engaged with this project or this relationship or whatever has you sapped here, when you were still engaged and lit up by it, what did that past self look like? And are there ways that you can reconnect with that past self? Like looking at old calendars or journals or photos, or bringing back into your life rituals that you did at that time, routines that you had at that time, places, going to certain places, things like that. Your community has been there for you and will continue to be there for you. And these are tools. This is a support network that you can definitely rely on. So again, encouraged to lean on them. It's a community or a mentor, real or imagined. They exist. You know who they are. If they're imagined, you can think like, who are the patron saints of your life? Who are the people you want to emulate? And then connect with them, talk with them. Or when all else fails, if you can't, literally connect with them, then do what you can to follow in their footsteps. That's gonna reconnect you to your purpose and shake up some of this stagnant energy, this kind of like smothering energy as well. It's like stagnant, dull, but heavy. We're gonna mix that up. Alright, then we have tools that you're being invited to reach for. These may be tools that you have not necessarily used a lot in the past, but they're here for you. So we have the Queen of Cups and Strength. The Queen of Cups is someone who is intuitive, compassionate, and Strength is a card of strength, of courage, of focus, patience, and composure. I just keep getting that you're so close. You're so close to what it is you've been aiming for. And something that you may not be in the habit of, but that would serve you a lot in this situation, it would serve you well, is to focus on working with the flow of energy instead of against it, not denying the nature of the beast here, but instead seeing the nature of the beast, observing it, learning it well, and then working with that. So this relationship, this situation, this project, whatever is feeling mucky and stagnant to you here, how can you map the ebb and flow of energy here, map the opportunities and the obstacles in a way that will enable you to work with it instead of against. So that way you are not swimming upstream. I also think you are kinder and more compassionate than you let on, maybe even to yourself. So you're also being encouraged to treat yourself gently here. Okay, we'll put our citrine right here. And then this is our archetype. So it's an energy that you can really try to embody going forward. And you got the Healer. Really gorgeous card. So I'm going to read from the guidebook for this one. Okay. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avidya means forgetting, and it is said that this is the source of all suffering and disease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways, from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros. So we can see here this snake branching off, becoming new versions of itself. I feel like this works so beautifully with the rest of the cards here. There is this sense of gentleness to move through the comfort of forgetting, reveal the radiance that already exists, and to return to and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. So we've merely drifted away here. You've just drifted slightly, and it's good to clock that so that you can chart your course or redirect. And a lot of that is going to come from softness, gentleness, compassion towards yourself. And also, as the book said, kind of reclaiming and returning to what it was that set you on this path in the first place. What was it that lit you up? The connection with that might have been lost, but just temporarily. And as soon as you connect to that again, you are going to feel rejuvenated. You don't have to fight hard and work hard to feel that rejuvenation. It can come to you easily by knowing where to look. And a lot of that's looking to yourself, looking to your community, and really just taking stock, taking a break, healing a bit before you go forward again, lest you burn out. Okay, group 1, I'm going to leave your reading there. I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, feel free to let me know down below what it made you think of. I always love to hear from you. In the meantime, I hope you're doing super, super, super well. I will talk to you very soon. And until then, good night, good night, good night. Hey, group 2, and welcome to your reading. You chose the second pile, or the pile with this piece of strawberry quartz. So I'm just going to put that here for the moment, and we'll get started. We're going to start with these cards here at the bottom, which represent your current situation. So we have the 9 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. Really beautiful energy. This is a wish fulfillment card, wishes coming true. Here we have a card of partnership, of someone who really sees you, truly sees you for who you are. And the 3 of Wands is planning, looking ahead. It's also kind of a pat on the back from the universe, saying you've laid good plans, you have a good foundation, and you're about to embark on a new stage of life or phase of your journey. I'm feeling from these 2 cards in combination with this that probably there's some kind of celebration to come, and it's just a happy time and a hopeful time. Maybe you're engaged, about to get married. Maybe you're an artist who's been working really hard and is about to get a representation, a manager, a gallerist, an agent. Maybe you just moved in with your partner. Maybe you and your partner just moved into a new place. Maybe you moved in with a new roommate. There's something emotionally fulfilling and long-term cooking here. Something long-term and good for you, good for the heart and the soul, has been put into motion. Again, it's something of the heart, I want to say, for these cups, with expansion. And with expansion comes growing pains, but the good kind. So we're going to take a look at that. Up here we have tools you can rely on. These are tools that you may have used before, you may be comfortable with. They may be more readily available to you. So we have the 3 of Swords and also the King of Pentacles. Okay. This is a card of heartbreak, betrayal. I think here it's showing that you are a survivor because you've gone through past heartbreak, creative or romantic, or any other kind of heartbreak you can think of. You are strong. You've been through it, so you're strong and you're sure of what you want. You are mindfully choosing what's ahead, and you've got a good head on your shoulders. Then we also have the King of Pentacles, who is diligent, so grounded. I think you're very good at being in charge of yourself, kind of staying in your lane, doing your part of it, your part of this relationship, whether this is romantic, friendship, a business partnership. You really pull your weight on your half. And you're also very gifted at not micromanaging the other half of the relationship. And again, because you've been through some pain, you know the value of yourself, the value of your actions, and the way to build real wealth and happiness over time in macro moves, like where you're keeping the main focus, kind of eye on the prize energy, but less about like optimizing it and more about just your aim is true, and you are wise because of your past experiences. And so here, the plan you've set here is on really solid ground, solid footing. So when in doubt, a tool you can lean on is your own self-knowledge, self-awareness, and the ways your past experiences have made you stronger and really led you to abundance. Then over here, we have tools that you are being invited to reach for. Maybe they're a little more foreign to you, but certainly available to you. So, King of Wands and the Page of Wands. Okay, I think this is just like vision to me. Like, shoot for the mother effing stars kind of vibe. You have vision, you're invited to hone your vision, you're invited to root into your vision even more, to really run, stretch yourself and run towards your greatest idea of your biggest and best life, your highest self. A tool for you is this invitation to believe in yourself even more than you have conceived was possible. Believe in your vision and your ability to inspire others. The Page of Wands, likewise, we have lots of wands over here. Got our plan here with the wands, cups, and then we have some Swords and Pentacles up there. So this is just all about inspiration, I think. Page of Wands, we have a lot of enthusiasm, connecting to your true desires, your true passions, and things that you've held in your heart for a long time. That's the good stuff, you know? A tool you're being invited to reach for is that you are a visionary. Believe it or not, well, you better believe it. You're a visionary. Your energy is a gift to yourself and to others, so tap into it. Even if it's a little uncomfortable at first, just tap into that. And then know, too, that the undergirding of that, we have over here tools you're more comfortable with, which is that you are tough, you are wise, you are grounded, humble, and kind. And then really reach for the stars. Okay, I'm going to put this strawberry quartz over here. And then we have an archetype. So this is energy that you can really lean into and try to embody. Okay, so we have the vow. For this, I'm going to read from the book. So just give me a second. Okay. The vow. When the vow is spoken, the air shifts, karmic ties are formed, and destiny tilts on its axis. Our words and intentions have immense power. There's a reason the great mythic stories of our past often include the recitation of oaths and the mixing of drops of blood as a mark of union. The tricky part is that reciting the vow, no matter how casually, activates the eternal and unseen forces of the world. The ancestors bear witness. The laws of nature respond. These promises cannot be unsaid or forgotten, so breaking them can leave lingering complexities and loose ends. This card calls us to acknowledge the vow we are living by, consciously or unconsciously, and either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. You've been underestimating the power of your promises. That's so beautiful. So I feel like you have made some kind of promise to yourself or to someone else. A promise to yourself that involves someone else, or a promise to someone else directly. And in this card, you're being called to really speak your intention aloud, bring it to the surface, and aim true. Say your intention. The power of your intention is going to take you so far, farther than you can believe, and it's just going to multiply this abundance and this goodwill from the universe that you have in your current situation. Use your knowledge of self to speak your intention into the air. Like, you can ritualize it if you like, but even just taking a breath and saying it with conviction will be enough, as the book said, for the universe to absorb your words, take them seriously, hold you to them, and help arrange everything even more so in your favor, knowing your intention and knowing your aim. So I'm going to leave your reading there, group 2. I hope that you enjoyed the reading. If it resonated with you, feel free to let me know how or what it made you think of down below, because I love to hear from you. I hope you're doing super, super, super well. I'll talk to you very soon, and until then, good night, good night, good night. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the third pile, or the one with this piece of malachite on top. So for now, I'm going to put this here to ground us, and we will get started. We are going to start down here with these 3 cards for your current situation, just to get a read on your current situation. So we have here the Devil, Temperance, and the Empress. Okay, there's really big energy in your current situation. We have 3 major arcana cards. A lot is going on for you, and you are maybe at quite a big threshold in your life, or the change, change is constant, but the change in your situation currently is bigger than it is for most people at most times. I think for some of you, the energy is big. And then for others of you, the energy is bigger and serious, more serious than I can fully speak to in this reading. But this reading is still for you. So if that's the case, I encourage you to stay on. You'll know what it's about. We have some indulgence here, some excess, obligations sometimes, contracts we've entered that we can get out of, but we have not yet sought to do so. Sometimes obsession or obsessive behaviors as an escape. Then we have temperance, so beautiful card where we're taking the middle path, being balanced, grounded, wise, temperate. And the Empress. The Empress is a card that is suggesting that even in this kind of complex obligation, like even as you feel weighed down here, there is a middle path that's available to you that you've taken or can take soon. And part of the situation is delighting in the world around you and seeing beauty around you and absorbing it and really looking for abundance and finding abundance. Just big energy, big shifts in your life right now. And with these two cards, I want to say you've been letting the excess go pretty well. It could be you've been recovering from toxic behaviors that did not help but hindered you. It could be that you've been letting go of toxic relationships that have hindered you. And I'm just getting a feeling, although these cards are so beautiful, and this one is good as well, I just get this feeling that it remains to be seen if the connection to excess here is fully gone, fully tended to. There was something good about it, and that's why you were, that's why it was put on your path in the beginning. There was a reason for it, but now you've outgrown it, and you're looking for a moderate and more sustainable path, a middle ground, a zone that you can hold for yourself in which you are comfortable and lighter, just lighter and more free. It could be overconsumption, like a bad shopping habit, toxic friends, lovers, family, compulsive behavior. You'll know what it is. Scratching some kind of itch, and you've either started to move away from it or you're wanting to move into this lighter place and a more temperate place. So tools you can rely on for moving forward. These are tools that you've probably used before and are more readily on hand than others. We have death, and we also have the Two of Wands. So beautiful. Okay, you have or are very capable of shedding your old skin. And there's this, so the Two of Wands is like this prospecting card, this like progress, but you haven't taken the first steps yet. You're looking out. You're looking outwards, wanting more, and looking toward progress, but not yet progressing sometimes. So I feel like there's a great capability here and a great opportunity for rebirth. Some kind of plan that you will form, that you will carry out, some kind of ritual to mark this rebirth, this change that you've already done or have been thinking about. A tool here is to mark the change. Some of you have already done this or have done this in the past, so you know what to do. For others, marking the change is just that it will help you to ritualize whatever you're letting go of here. A tool is to ritualize the release. So, cord cutting, releasing it, writing old beliefs down and burning the piece of paper, holding a stone and putting certain energies into the stone and then throwing it in a river. Or even right now, you can take a great inhale, thinking about the thing, and exhale really forcefully away from your body. And do that several times until you feel it. You feel it away, like moving away, gone. You've either done some kind of ritual like that before and you're being encouraged to do it again to release this pattern that is no longer serving you, or the ritual will be easy for you, will feel familiar to you even if you haven't done it before. So this is a great tool for you. And then over here we have tools you're invited to reach for. Okay, the Devil again. And the Nine of Wands. Okay. This card for me is underscoring the pervasiveness of this person, this pattern, this situation. And you're being encouraged to really release it and move to this lighter side, more temperate, or like quite lighter, good deal lighter, more exuberant side. I think the idea of ritualizing the release came up because you need to do it again or do it for the first time to fully break from it. And that you haven't fully broken from it yet. But it's right here. It'll be easy when you do it. And another thing you're being encouraged to think about is setting boundaries. This card is saying that you're tired. This pattern is a pattern for a reason. By that I mean like it's a pattern because it's been going on for a long time. That's what, repetition a pattern makes. And it's tiring you. So again, an invitation to set boundaries to protect your energy. I think it's important to remember that boundaries are agreements you make with yourself. They don't depend on anyone else. If it's just a situation that's a little more simple, you just say, if X happens, then I will do Y. But when it involves another person, possibly, it only has to do with yourself, okay? So you'll say, like, instead of saying, if so-and-so does X, I'll tell so-and-so not to do X. Where's your power in that, It should be in agreement with yourself. So instead, you would say, if so-and-so does X, I will do Y. Let's say X is talking about the rain. Talking about the rain is unhealthy for you. So talking about the rain is not healthy for me. So if so-and-so talks about the rain, I will change the subject, or I will give one-word answers, or I will hang up the phone, or I will excuse myself to the bathroom, whatever you need to do, kind of thing. But those are all things that you can do no matter what. It's just an agreement you made yourself with yourself, and the actions are within your control. I feel it's also important to point out that you can, if your boundary involves another person and you would like to tell them about it, you absolutely can, but you also don't have to. It can be a soft boundary. You have the power to respond to any input in the best way for you, in the way that is best for you. And you're being invited to really take a good look at what some of those boundaries could be. Even if it's uncomfortable, it could just be an exercise. Just try it on. Okay, I'm gonna put our stone here. And here we have an archetype. This is energy that you can really try to embody and step into. That's going to help you moving forward. It's so pretty. So we have the Queen. I'm going to read the guidebook for this one. So give me 1 second. Okay. Like her counterpart, the king, the queen has a dualistic nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others, or she falls into petty, contemptuous moods, casting a shadow across the land. If the king is the ego, the queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She is the lotus's bloom, the dancer's bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the queen is seated in her rightful and righteous place, she is patient and forgiving. She waits for the grace of God and goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing. To be the benevolent leader, to embody the queen, is to settle into deep trust, resolve, and power. The royal queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. It's just so pretty. Such a powerful card. I feel like it's speaking really well to the invitations here to step into your power, ritualize release, set boundaries. You make the rules for yourself. You are in charge. And yeah, you have the magic, you have the power, you have the ability. All you need to do is tap into your resolve. And, the queen can be temperate. She can be forgiving. That energy is within you, despite whatever mood or obligation or situation is weighing you down. The temperate, compassionate energy is within you. You just need to feel like you're in your rightful place. When you're displaced, off balance, indulging too much in one thing or giving one aspect of your life excess, it makes you sick a little bit. It makes your energy sick. And so through these tools, you can modulate a little bit, adjust, and find a certain lightness, and really step into this lighter energy, this winged energy, if you will, that's a bit more you and inspiring to others and gentler on your heart and on your soul. But you're so capable. You are the queen. So it's definitely there for you. I'm going to leave your reading here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated with you. And if it did, feel free to let me know how down below. I really love to hear from you. In the meantime, I hope you're doing super, super, super well. I'll talk to you very soon. And until then, good night. Good night.